Done, son. Yeah, King Chalk Entertainment. Here we go. If you haven't already, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Check us live and become a part of the show on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, Wednesday and Thursday at 11 p.m. and Friday and Saturday at 1 a.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah. While you're playing the game, working out, cleaning, or whatever, check out the more refined audio versions of the show on Spotify, Apple, Anchor, and more. Keyword King Tracker ENT. Yeah. Shouts out to Pat, Doc, Deuce, Curtis, Brendan, Elliott, Juanita, Jay Lethal, Tariq, my Twitch follower, Francisco, and others for always supporting the channel. Yeah. Race, spirituality, politics. Let's talk about it. We generate interest into what has happened and what is happening in our world. Therefore, creating activists. Let's go. Dale gas, baby. Hey.
Dime qué tú quieres, papi.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah. 1 2 1 2. A mic check. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. It's time to check the mic and best to bet. I'm about to wreck it to the leather. Jealous people hate but don't debate. Just check my measures. Electric by design. I even shine in stormy weather. Attempt to meddle and tether this mental treasure, and you find yourself embedded in the chasm in the desert. Thirsting for hydration, no libation, empty kettle. Take it to another level, add the bullet and the shovel. Got you on the bubble, double trouble. See you stumbled, and it's about to get repugnant like a kitten in the rumble. Quick to fluff and tumble, best be humble when we come through, cause I have you stiffing under. Mama wonder where you went to.
1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Yeah. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Yeah. What you gon' do? It's the KCE crew. We making you look like Fu Manchu. Proper grasshopper who with the kung fu. Cut and slice nice like Benny Hanna do. Take quick bites like the tip of a piranha tooth. Go ahead and steal my mic. Watch it blow up right in front of you. We coming to give you something good like some Beetlejuice. Give you something good like some Beetlejuice. Who do you think you are? You ain't gonna get real far. Driving your shifty car, following Diddy farts. I'ma be a Twitter star. I'ma be a Twitter star. Keep dreaming about how big you are, cause we about to pick apart everything that's in your heart. Control and leave you torn to shards. Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Bonaparte. Selling junk like San Francisco. Wax on, wax off Daniel, son. Selling junk like San Francisco.
1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Yeah. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. I'm tripping cause my mind's gone from always seeing tragedy. Can't close my eyes cause it's around me, I just call it reality. Can't paint no perfect picture like an artist they can't sell. Is what they try to instill in me, but my pockets seem to swell. Doing it like them ghetto boys did it back in those days. And we been jamming Pippin Bun, long live UGK. And before Eminem, we had Bill and Gangsta Nip. But we don't trip unless we on the plane taking a trip. And these suckers trying to contest us, but they find out we ain't no busters. We much more than screw, we keep it gutter. Mic check 1 2, y'all cannot touch us. We don't be causing no problem, son. Coming at me like Daniel, son. You would get defeated, wax on, wax off, out to the righteous one.
Yeah. 1 2 1 2. That's mic check. 1 2 1 2. You already know. Yeah. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Dude, I could blink my eyes and provide an entire fountain of sound effects pounding directly on your neck, having flashbacks of the tragic act back when the boom bap was replaced with pop rap or hip hop or whatever you call that. We need a lockbox or something to keep this weak pox from spreading. I'm heading outside of the outsiders, opening your mind wide. The silly rabbits are at it again, but they can't hide us. Sit tight, Mr. Hip Hop. We'll find your daughter. Ought to be easy. She emits a homing frequency. We picked it up back in '98, and we're actually surprised that it took us so long to triangulate her exact location. But congratulations, check it out. We about to get her right now. We already found the captors, trapped them and slapped them, we're bound. We just burned the hideout to the ground.
Yeah. A 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Let's make it hot. A 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, this is what it is. It's what it is. All talent on trapping and rapping and moving muscle. If it ain't about the hustle, then I don't wanna tussle. All talent on trapping and rapping and moving muscle. If it ain't about the hustle, then I don't wanna tussle. All talent on trapping and rapping and moving muscle. If it ain't about the hustle, then I don't wanna tussle. All talent on trapping and rapping and moving muscle. If it ain't about the hustle, then I don't wanna tussle. I done played the block and it's time to stop. Pop the block, then drop the top. Button how to say fuck the cops. They keep it hot up on my block. Keep an eye up in my pocket. You know the G and it can't be stopped. Flip the script with serving deal. Keep the heat on Silent Hill. You know when I know that pure water just so cold. Riding on boats, slamming wood dough. Sipping on drink, fucking these hoes. Riding on boats, pushing kilos. Me and my boys ball out of control. Got so much ice you can balance a bowl. Me, Lil G, I can't be hoe. Look at my mouth, see number go. Fucking with a knife, we'll make you fold. Look at my room, see number polo. Step in the bed and in the studio. Over your nose, the smell of smoke. Over your mouth, it's start to blow. Now you know we got that dope. Cause me and my boys ball out of control. We keyed up and G'd up. We should've lost straight speed up. We should've decided to pull my heat up. Lost things going big, I'm fucked up. Nigga, we keyed up and G'd up. Once you lost straight speed up. We should've decided to pull my heat up. Lost things going back, I'm fucked up. All talent on trapping and rapping and moving muscle. If it ain't about the hustle, then I don't wanna tussle. All talent on trapping and rapping and moving muscle. If it ain't about the hustle, then I don't wanna tussle. All talent on trapping and rapping and moving muscle. If it ain't about the hustle, then I don't wanna tussle. All talent on trapping and rapping and moving muscle. If it ain't about the hustle, then I don't wanna tussle.
Hitting niggas in they fucking head with a crack. Bustin', I'm bustin' back with a gap that spits venom. You sitting black. And when the bottom of the knife and it's smack, Iblis,
the cat's waxing him back.
cause he ain't suffered enough, hustles enough, scuffling cuff his hand to a cop, nothing discussed, cutting his nuts to his cock, something to shock a spark out your heart when you stop jogging in the park, and you meet a nigga dog that fighting ball, blood spilling on the sidewalk, staying in the light is smart, despite staying on course, of course, cause the smell of death escaping out of corpse is rough, top half man, and I be damned if they bottom half horse, hush, lost souls rushing to touch the black hole, wishing to be dust gagging and fuss, cause the demon face leaking pus.
All talent on trapping and rapping and moving muscle. If it ain't about the hustle, then I don't wanna tussle. All talent on trapping and rapping and moving muscle. If it ain't about the hustle, then I don't wanna tussle. All talent on trapping and rapping and moving muscle. If it ain't about the hustle, then I don't wanna tussle. All talent on trapping and rapping and moving muscle. If it ain't about the hustle, then I don't wanna tussle. Trapping and rapping. Ain't about the hustle, I don't wanna tussle out. Trapping and rapping. Ain't about the hustle, I don't wanna tussle out.
Yeah. Hey, how y'all doing out there? How you feel? Remember, we want you to be an activist. And don't take my word for it. What's up? Open the door. It's locked? The door is locked? What the fuck? Oh, you're outside.
Where?
I thought he was at this door. Okay. Hey, close that door for me.
Did you bring me food? I was waiting for you for the longest. I swear.
For where? For why?
Because I thought you would have maybe
Brought some food?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Are you recording?
Yes, I just started the show.
Why are you talking back to me?
Because you totally interrupt the show, so it is what it is. So you want to say hi to the people?
No. Well, I do look okay right now.
They can hear you already anyways.
Oh my god. Why is it? No.
Go ahead. This green screen could definitely be better. It's giving me problems. But I just haven't taken the time to really just mess with it. I don't know what it is really right now. Exactly, but whatever.
No, I was just saying because it made me look ugly because it's can't explain.
You're not ugly.
I looked weird, deformed.
All right, you guys. How you guys feel out there? How you doing? What's going on with you? We're back. King Chuck ENT back with another edition. We're gonna try to get some people in here in the chat, and I'm gonna try to get my fucking shit together, all at the same time. Anyways, like I said, how y'all feel? Y'all feel good? Yeah, we create activists over here. I had so many distractions. Not counting the one that was the big one that just came in at the beginning of the video. Many others. It seems like there's a weird energy out, I feel today. So, and I feel like, I've been distracted. And I think that's what it is. It's a distracting energy. I don't know. People feel like, they're individuals. They don't care. A lot of people are really mean, I think that this particular energy can drive some people this way and some people that way. I think it drives some people into just kind of being mean. They don't understand why they feel weird. We have to understand that when the stars move, we move. You're back? I have a few things. Let me see. Where's my phone? I need to get it together, you guys. I'm sorry. I apologize for this. But we're getting it together as we go. Today's show is Hell is Full of Pleasure and Worldwide Love for Light. And let's talk about it. So, I think I want to do a little lyric thing like I was doing before. This is becoming like a thing. I think it's pretty cool. Let me check my notes here. I think it's pretty cool. You guys let me know in the comments. Shit, what you like, what you don't like, what's good, what's not good. You know what I mean? What's working for you, what's not. Where's the lyrics to this? I was reading the lyrics to this last time when it was on my playlist, but now, oh shit, I don't need to get that in the background. Fucking, I was just reading the lyrics to this just a minute ago. Now I can't see it. Why? Why is that? Why is that? I just created a whole ass playlist. Let me see something, y'all. Give me a second. I'm getting myself together. Where the fuck is the playlist I just created? Oh. Nope, not gonna stop pop up. So, I guess we're not doing that. I'm gonna do something else because that's irritating the shit out of me that I can't do that. So I think I'm gonna play something and try to fucking get my shit together, y'all. Yeah, how y'all feeling? We're gonna try to get Pat in. I talked to him earlier. He said he was tired. We're gonna take a nap. So go ahead and take a nap. And you know me, I'm coming on late. I hate this shit. I always come on late. It's hard. It's tough, y'all. Let me see what I can find because I don't even have nothing. I had some shit, but it's not related to this. Fuck. What the fuck is Biden talking about? Let's hear some fucking Biden, just because it's gonna be love him or you hate him. Hate him or you love him. I'm gonna get my shit together, y'all.
Now.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. President Biden marked the first anniversary of the January 6th Capitol insurrection by denouncing Donald Trump for inciting his supporters to attack the Capitol in an effort to overturn the 2020 election. In a speech from Statuary Hall in the U.S. Capitol, Biden accused Trump of spreading a web of lies and claimed the former president, who he did not name, is placing a dagger at the throat of American democracy. This is part of Biden's address.
Here is the God's truth about January 6, 2021. Close your eyes. Go back to that day. What do you see? Rioters rampaging, waving for the first time inside this Capitol. Confederate flag that symbolized the cause to destroy America, to rip us apart. Even during the Civil War, that never, ever happened. But it happened here in 2021. What else do you see? A mob breaking windows, kicking in doors, breaching the Capitol. American flags on poles being used as weapons, as spears. Fire extinguishers being thrown at the heads of police officers. A crowd that professes their love for law enforcement assaulted those police officers, dragged them, sprayed them, stomped on them. Over 140 police officers were injured. We all heard the police officers who were there that day testify to what happened. One officer called it, quote, a medieval battle, and that he was more afraid that day than he was fighting the war in Iraq. They've repeatedly asked since that day, how dare anyone diminish, belittle, or deny the hell they were put through. We saw with our own eyes. Rioters menaced these halls, threatening the life of the Speaker of the House, literally erecting gallows to hang the Vice President of the United States of America. But what did we not see? We didn't see a former president who had just rallied the mob to attack, sitting in the private dining room off the Oval Office in the White House, watching it all on television and doing nothing for hours as police were assaulted, lives at risk, the nation's capital under siege. This wasn't a group of tourists. This was an armed insurrection. They weren't looking to uphold the will of the people. They were looking to deny the will of the people. They weren't looking to uphold a free and fair election. They were looking to overturn one. They were looking to save the cause of America. They were looking to subvert the Constitution. This isn't about being bogged down in the past. It's about making sure the past isn't buried. That's the only way forward. That's what great nations do. They don't bury the truth. They face up to it. Sounds like hyperbole, but that's the truth. They face up to it. We are a great nation. My fellow Americans, in life there's truth, and tragically there are lies. lies conceived and spread for profit and power. We must be absolutely clear about what is true and what is a lie. And here's the truth. The former President of the United States of America has created and spread a web of lies about the 2020 election. He's done so because he values power over principle, because he sees his own interest as more important than his country's interest, than America's interest, and because his bruised ego matters more to him than our democracy or our Constitution. He can't accept he lost, even though that's what 93 United States senators, his own attorney general, his own vice president, governors and state officials in every battleground state have all said he lost. That's what 81 million of you did as you voted for a new way forward. He has done what no president in American history, the history of this country, has ever done. He refused to accept the results of an election and the will of the American people. Well, some courageous men and women in the Republican Party are standing against it, trying to uphold the principle of that party. Too many others are transforming that party into something else. They seem no longer to want to be the party of Lincoln, Eisenhower, Reagan, the Bushes. But whatever my other disagreements are with Republicans who support the rule of law and not the rule of a single man, I will always seek to work together with them to find shared solutions where possible. Because if we have a shared belief in democracy, then anything is possible. Anything. And so at this moment, we must decide, what kind of nation are we going to be? Are we going to be a nation that accepts political violence as a norm? Are we going to be a nation where we allow partisan election officials to overturn the legally expressed will of the people? Are we going to be a nation that lives not by the light of the truth, but in the shadow of lies? We cannot allow ourselves to be that kind of nation. Those who stormed this Capitol, and those who instigated and incited, and those who called on them to do so, held a dagger at the throat of America, at American democracy. They didn't come here out of patriotism or principle. They came here in rage, not in service of America, but rather in service of one man. Those who incited the mob, the real plotters who were desperate to deny the certification of this election, defy the will of the voters.
President Biden speaking Thursday at the Capitol to mark the first anniversary of the deadly January 6th insurrection. Delaware Congressmember Lisa Blunt Rochester spoke later as part of a day of commemoration on Capitol Hill.
On the day that I was sworn into Congress, as many of my colleagues know, I was the first African-American and the first woman from the state of Delaware elected to Congress, and I carried this scarf with me. It marked an X that my great-great-great-grandfather used to sign this returns of qualified voter registration of 1867 in Georgia. I also carried it on the day of the insurrection because it is my proof of what we have overcome. And it is my inspiration for what is yet to be done as we work towards a more perfect union. I continue to have hope even when I feel hopeless because my ancestors would have it no other way. And because scripture tells us that weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And while I remember a great deal that day, what I remember most is walking back onto the House floor, into the chamber that morning to complete our work. The morning when democracy prevailed. Remember, reflect, recommit.
Delaware Congressmember Lisa Blunt Rochester speaking Thursday.
Okay. I don't know what you guys think about that. I don't know what I think about that. Politics. Nobody can deny that we're in a major moment in history. They will definitely look back on now and say it was major as fucking like turning point type. All this shit going on. This is history. We're living through history. Is that an NFT? It's a lot of those memes. I'm trying to get my mind together, y'all. I apologize. I have some stuff for y'all. It's a very nice picture right there. Jay Lethal posted that. Keep it moving. This is what happens when you increase contrast on a dollar bill. Someone asked me who the hell I think I am. Let's hear what these stupid assholes are.
Taxes for over a decade now. I also do credit enhancement, and I also educate people on credit for personal and business. And I'm also a life insurance agent and about to be a real estate agent. So, you can hit your girl up for whatever you need. I got you covered like Allstate. You feel me? I need to add something on my resume. But anyway, so my name is Rose. I am a tax professional. I've been doing taxes for over a decade now. I also
Get the fuck out of here. I don't know. Like I said earlier, the energy is really weird right now. Like I feel it.
Everybody and their mother been tagging me in this. I get it. Y'all want me to say it? I'm gonna say it for y'all. So coffee costs a quarter on the corner. Coffee costs a quarter on the corner. Coffee cost a quarter on the corner. That should hurt my brain when I say it like that. But coffee costs a quarter on the corner. Coffee costs a quarter on the corner. God damn, it is a tongue twister when you say it fast, but I'm gonna do a new one.
One thing I learned in life, you can never bring somebody up if they don't want to go up. You can't. No matter how good you think you are, no matter how much you want to tell them, you can help them. If they don't want to go up, there's nothing you can do. 100%. But the reverse is not true. Somebody bad can bring a good person down because the negativity in the world is much more stronger than the positive sometimes. And the negative people can bring you down. So I stay away from negative people. You're right. I just walk away from them. One thing I learned in life, you can never bring.
Thanks for the support from everybody. Appreciate it. Feeling a lot better. Thanks for the support from everybody. Appreciate it. Feeling a lot better. Thanks.
You ain't even know me. You want $10 from me. Not like that. I don't know what you got going on, but I'm not the one to call for this situation.
And then you talking about I'm not him or I don't know you. So what makes you think I want to get to know somebody if they can't even look out and do a nice gesture and give somebody some money or help them eat? Like, if you can't help nobody eat, if you can't help nobody out, a little ass gesture like that, and you can't look out just to show the goodness out of your heart, the kindness to show that you're a good person, regardless of what the fuck you feel, then the motherfucker ain't gonna want to get to know you, ain't gonna want to know who you are, and gonna even try to like figure out if you a good person or not, because you can't even do a good gesture. Fuck are you talking about? Like, all that is just excuse. Just say you don't want to, like, on God.
You ain't even.
I'm giving you shit, bitch. Go sit on a fucking dildo. Y'all don't get me started. Random internet. I thought this nigga went to jail. What is those are his books. He got books in one hand and money in the other. Guess he didn't go to jail. We be doing too much. We be doing too fucking much as humans. Way too
We
much.
also want to give special thanks to Isaiah Carey.
My man with the plan, Isaiah Carey. Was it Channel 26?
Yes, Fox News 26. He has his own show, The Uncensored Factor, and he shows us so much love. Special thanks to him.
I thought that was
we
busy.
also want to give special
That's not
thanks
Busy Bone.
to Isaiah Carey.
My man with the plan, Isaiah Carey. Was it Channel 26?
Yes, Fox News 26. He has his own show, The Uncensored Factor, and he shows us so much love. Special thanks to him. We also want to give special thanks.
Look like they live in a regular ass apartment. What the fuck is this? We're not clicking on no sensitive stuff. Me drinking alcohol knowing damn well I smoke weed. I know.
500 push-ups, 500 dips.
Oh shit, I gotta watch that shit. It says breaking in the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. Travis McMichael was shot and killed. Ahmaud then openly called him a nigger. Was just sentenced to life without the possibility of parole for his role in this heinous murder. Judge Wamsley did his job here. Sean King. I wish you guys wouldn't believe in the ads so much. Y'all, the ads are God. The ads are, the truth. The ads are, what everybody repeats over and over and again as fact. When it's some shit that they heard off a damn ad, it's so crazy.
That's from the Moderna vaccine.
Okay, Moderna.
Yeah. Things money can't buy. Manners, morals, respect, character, common sense, trust, patience, class, integrity, and love. Oh, them songs are gonna get me. They really strict on that shit. A great man and a great legacy, R.I.P. Sidney Poitier. I have some videos. Political turmoil in Kazakhstan is hitting the country's vast Bitcoin mining industry. Is just the Bitcoin? Oh shit! Hold on. Is it related to Bitcoin, the Kazakhstan shit? Or they just was that some clickbait shit? Hold on. I was already looking at that shit, and I wanted to share that shit, but I figured it was boring, and nobody cares. But if it's related, if the mess is related to like Bitcoin mining, wow, that makes you think. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm tripping.
To a wider call for government accountability. Violent clashes have followed, particularly in the largest city, Almaty, with reports of a fire and gunshots heard near the mayor's office where demonstrators tried to storm the building earlier in the week. What began as protests against fuel prices has turned into a wider call for government accountability.
It quickly took a political angle where people started calling for free elections of local officials, started calling for the ouster of top officials in the government. So they're working to get this kind of under control as much as they can. This is going to hurt the reputation of the Kazakh government. Kazakhstan has always been fairly stable.
The cost of liquefied petroleum gas, or LPG, which is widely used as car fuel, more than doubled to 28 cents a liter when the government lifted price caps. But amid political pressure, the government of the oil-rich country said the price would go back to 11 cents a liter in Mangistau in the west and in other provinces. Faced with a minimum wage of less than $100 a month, protesters say the increase is unacceptable. Kazakhstan's president sacked his cabinet and appointed a new acting prime minister. Now he's calling for the unrest to stop.
Calls to attack civilian and military officers are completely illegal. It is a crime and that will be punished. Power will not fall. What we need is not conflict, but mutual trust and dialogue.
The government has argued LPG subsidies are unsustainable in the long term. But its plan to phase out price caps over 3 years is being fiercely resisted. The Central Asian country, long known in the region for its political stability, now faces widespread unrest. Katia Lopez-Odoyan, Al Jazeera.
Joining us now from Kiev is Peter Zalmayev, Executive Director of the Eurasia Democracy Initiative. Peter Zalmayev, welcome to the News Hour. There was trouble in exactly this area.
Both of their mustaches kind of weird.
That was really messy then. Do you see something similar?
What's up with the stash, bro? How much time do you spend on the stash?
In fact, yes, you're right. The city of Zhanaozen, a new sort of violence that Kazakhstan had never known in its post-Soviet independent history. Exactly 11 years ago, over 16 people died in that city in similar protests. What is different this time is that the protests then, they were confined to the western oil-producing part of the country. They have now this time spread to the rest of the country. They have engulfed the main city of Kazakhstan, Almaty, and the capital city, Nur-Sultan, named after the de facto ruler of Kazakhstan, Nur-Sultan Nazarbayev, who remains the de facto main political actor in Kazakhstan. So what we're seeing now, the formal, excuse for the protest is the lifting of the cap on liquefied petroleum gas in a country where, as your reporter mentioned, salaries are pretty modest by world standards. On the other hand, we are seeing increasingly political demands being added to the protesters, to the point there where their main demand, or one of their main demand, is for the ouster of the government, which has in fact
this guy
does not satisfy
is not
them
even
any
from
longer.
there.
So this is a very, very scary situation. It's
like he
threatening
probably
to spiral out of control, and then one may wonder what the government
definitely not connected
may
to the
be
people
forced
with
to
that
do.
damn mustache.
May be forced to call on Vladimir Putin to help and step in. That is a big question.
All he do is rub
That
his
sounds as if it's got the
mustache
makings
all
of
day.
being a situation that is not only dangerous to the country,
And they
but
got a beard
dangerous for the
comb
wider
in his
region, because
pocket
if
right
the
now.
Russians walk in, the chances of the Russians walking out must be pretty slim, especially in the short term, at least.
As someone, as you mentioned, I'm sitting and based in Kiev, in Ukraine. I know better than many people that indeed, when Vladimir Putin moves in, it is so far there's no precedent for him to be moving out. You look at Moldova, you look at Georgia, you look at eastern Ukraine, and there's clearly more than enough precedent in Kazakhstan for that to happen. The entire northern part of Kazakhstan is a largely Russian-speaking and ethnic Russian population. Vladimir Putin has in the past hinted that he does not view Kazakhstan as a viable sovereign nation. In fact, one time saying that, Kazakhstan does not have much experience in sovereignty, in nation building. That has sent shudders through the spines of the political establishment for a potential, let's say, scenario whereby Russia moves in and creates some kind of a people's republic in northern Kazakhstan, the way they did
Why
in
they always
Ukraine.
worried
And,
about what
you
Putin
mentioned
might do and all that
geopolitical
shit?
situation. You have to keep in mind China, that is also sitting right next to
And
Kazakhstan.
then
It is very
just
wary
throw
about
China
what is
in
happening
there.
across the border because it has its interests. It has its billions of dollars invested in Kazakhstan, and it receives gas from Kazakhstan as well.
Peter, just to get your thoughts
sounds
on
like American
three
news
aspects
right
or
here.
three areas of discussion that we're getting as you're talking to us now. We're getting reports that the Kazakh president has been saying he would act as tough as possible. He's also saying he will stay in the capital. He is also saying he takes over as the chairman of the Security Council. Your thoughts on that?
Well, it's in fact, the chairman of the Security Council is former President Nazarbayev. It looks like now there's decision made at the very top that there's need for very, very strong action. So far, and there is precedent for that
Very,
in the
very
region.
strong
In the
action.
neighboring Uzbekistan in 2005, there was an uprising in Andijan. It was quelled at the cost of hundreds of thousands of dead. And so I think the government is now smelling real trouble. Tokayev signed the decree ousting the government. That has not placated the protesters, which means that they're calculating that they will be making a very, very drastic decision. It may involve live ammunition against the protesters, and God knows where it will lead.
Very, very
Are
briefly,
you
Peter, we're
advocating
almost
for
out of
that?
time, please. Would he have
Sounds like
done
you
that,
are.
those three things that we're now discussing, would he do that unless he thought it would be greenlit by the Kremlin if he was to ask the Kremlin, do you think this is a good idea?
By the Kremlin. Like,
I think he's pretty much has the backing of the Kremlin. The Kremlin has
oh
always
my
backed
gosh.
using force
I'm
against
pretty
peaceful
much,
protesters.
pull it out
Okay,
my
we must leave it
ass.
there, Peter. Good to get your thoughts on this developing story. Peter Zalmayev there talking to us from Kiev. Thank you.
I understand why you guys don't like to watch the news. It's horrible. It's so hard to watch. But I say all the time in my videos, you pretty much, can't really get around it. Like, you got to read the newspaper or something. You have to do something to try to, be more aware of what's going on, because things will fall right into your lap and you won't even see it coming. It's important. It's important to know what's going on. It really is. Anyway, Kazakhstan, yeah. So I think I got another video on them. I wonder, like, they didn't say nothing about no Bitcoin in that video. So maybe the other thing was kind of like a clickbait thing. Like, but then too, what the fuck do I know? But that's still interesting, the idea that, because you never know what the hell is going on behind the scenes, or what the hell the real reason behind this, that, and the other. And there's always something going on, and it's usually economic. They said they took the airport. Damn.
Действовать максимально жестко.
The televised unfazed by tear gas and stun grenade explosions, rioters stormed the city hall in Kazakhstan's commercial capital. Initially triggered by a spike in fuel prices, the protests appear to be growing into a broader show of public discontent. Blaming the unrest on organized groups and bandits, President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev vowed a tough response.
Это свидетельствует о тщательно продуманном плане действий заговорщиков, которые мотивированы финансово. Именно заговорщиков. Поэтому, как глава государства и с сегодняшнего дня председатель Совета Безопасности намерен действовать максимально жестко.
The televised address came after Tokayev took over as head of the powerful State Security Council from Nursultan Nazarbayev, Kazakhstan's longtime ruler who retained wide authority after stepping down as president in 2019. Some protesters have been chanting slogans against the 81-year-old who had ruled the former Soviet Republic for almost 3 decades. Tokayev also removed Nazarbayev's nephew from a senior position at the country's intelligence agency, the successor to the Soviet-era KGB. The mass rallies began on January the 2nd, a day after the government lifted price caps on liquefied petroleum gas, leading to a sharp rise in the cost of the popular alternative to gasoline. The government restored some price caps and then resigned on Tuesday, but the move has failed to quell the riots. Public protests are rare in a tightly controlled nation of 19 million, which has built a reputation for political stability. Its parliament is devoid of opposition. According to web monitoring group NetBlocks, Kazakhstan is experiencing a nation-scale internet blackout following partial disruptions of mobile connections and social media.
I wonder why. Yep, that's what they do. They always cut the damn internet because they don't want people to see what the hell is actually really happening. Shit looked like a revolution to me.
Unfazed by tear gas and stun.
And that's what the hell they don't want y'all to see. Nothing having to do with no revolutions. What? The people fighting back? The people made them change the prices of the gas and shit? The people? Yeah, the people did that shit over there in Kazakhstan. They did that shit. And then they still mad. They say, hells no, y'all on some bullshit. And we ain't feeling that. We all the way off that. You're not going to see that in our stuff. In our news. No. We arguing about January 6th.
The judge in the Ahmaud Arbery case. Today, he sentenced the three men in the killing of Arbery in Brunswick, Georgia. All of them facing life in prison, but the judge had to decide whether any of them deserved the chance at parole decades from now. The judge in court carefully choosing his words, sharing his own thoughts, what led to his decision. At one point, reminding the courtroom that Ahmaud Arbery ran from that truck for 5 minutes as they chased him. The judge telling the court he would stop talking himself for a full minute. There was silence. He then said that was just a fraction of the time that Arbery was chased. Travis McMichael, who fired the shot and killed Arbery, his father, Gregory McMichael, and their neighbor, William Roddy Bryan. Both Travis McMichael and his father were sentenced to life in prison without parole. And William Roddy Bryan, the neighbor who was with them, who shot this video, was the only one who the judge said showed any concern in the moments after that deadly shooting. He was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 30 years. The court hearing from Ahmaud Arbery's family, his sister, his father, and his mother, who said the men showed no leniency when they murdered her son, so they do not deserve leniency either. ABC's Steve Osunsami leading us off tonight from Georgia with what the judge said.
Inside the South Georgia courtroom, the families watching from their seats were praying as the judge began to read.
As to Travis McMichael. Mr. McMichael, the court sentences you as follows. Count 1, malice murder, life without the possibility of parole.
State law required the judge to hand the three men who murdered Ahmaud Arbery life sentences, and the only mercy he could show was to allow them to be eligible for parole after 30 years. But for Travis McMichael, who fired the fatal shot, and his father, Gregory, a former police officer, the judge refused parole. They will die in prison.
They chose to target my son because they didn't want him in their community. They chose to treat him differently than other people who frequently visited their community.
In a powerful moment, Judge Timothy Walmsley sat in silence for one of the 5 minutes that Ahmaud Arbery ran for his life. And he said that this piece of video helped make up his mind, seeing the son and his father turn their backs on the young black man who was dying in the street.
His death should force us to consider expanding our definition of what a neighbor may be and how we treat them. I believe that assuming the worst in others, we show our worst character.
Because he cooperated with investigators, the judge decided that 52-year-old William Roddy Bryant will be eligible for parole after serving 30 years. He recorded the video of the killing.
Mr. Bryan isn't the one who brought a gun. He was unarmed.
Outside the courthouse, friends and family
That guy
of the
didn't
victim
look
let out cheers.
capable.
Arbery's mother, who tearfully spoke in court, called today a victory for justice.
I sat in that courtroom for 5 weeks straight. But I knew that we would come out with a victory. Yes. I never doubted it.
And Steve, we know
Looks
these
like
three
he
convicted
had a
killers
case
also
of
still face federal
bad
charges on
lawyers.
civil rights violations. But that moment in the courtroom today when the judge described Ahmaud Arbery being chased for 5 minutes, the judge had the entire courtroom sitting in silence for that full minute, and his point was made with that silence.
It was a powerful way of putting you in the victim's shoes, and a reminder that he's being chased by men in.
Why do they just ask random people what the fuck they like, and then they just kind of like repeat what the hell? Like, we already heard them say that. CDC. I don't know, y'all. Like I said, I'm feeling some kind of way today. It's what is it? It's Friday. Maybe I'm tired from doing. Sometimes, you know, you get burned out. Because right now I'm totally out of whack. Like I'm not on point.
I'm very confused about it. I've lived here my entire life and in this area, and I've always seen it be kind of bad just on this road. But today is obviously particularly bad. It's like, what's going on? Is it the storm drains, or like, you know, what is it?
Oh, damn, that sound is gonna get me. I was about to stop the video. I didn't stop it soon enough. Copyright. Okay, anyways. How y'all feel? I have some shit. I got some notes over here, so I got something for y'all. I'm just kind of gearing up for it right now. Try to get into the mode. These shows always start off slow, and then we kind of warm up in the middle. Like I say, oh man.
All right. So you said Spanish girls are better than black girls. Listen, don't call my name. You are black. You blacker than you blacker. I understand that, but you can't tell a nigga what to prefer. All right. So you said Spanish girls are better than black girls. Yes, I'm saying that. I'm jacking what I'm jacking. So your food gonna be ready. Your clothes gonna be done. They ain't gonna argue. You ain't gotta wake up to no fucking do-rag or your clip smoked. So it's like,
that's
damn.
Man.
Oh, shut up, my nigga. Yo, you dead ass? Shut up, my nigga. Yo, chill. Come on, son. Cool down, nigga. Cool down. Look. Cool down, nigga. Cool down, nigga. Fuck wrong with that nigga, man. What type of girl? She was what?
Man, what?
Shut the fuck up, man. Shut up, my nigga.
Damn, what just happened?
Listen, don't call my name. You are black. You blacker than you blacker. I understand that, but you can't tell a nigga what to prefer. All right. So you said Spanish girls are better than black girls. Yes, I'm saying that. I'm jacking what I'm jacking. So your food gonna be ready. Your clothes gonna be done. They ain't gonna argue. You ain't gotta wake up to no fucking do-rag or your clip smoked. So it's like,
that's
damn.
Oh,
shut up, my nigga. Yo, you dead ass? Shut up, my nigga. Yo, chill. Come on, son. Cool down, nigga.
Cool out, look, cool out.
What's up, Pat? You there?
Yeah, man. What's happening?
Same old thing, man. How you feel?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty good, man. What was
Yeah,
I guess I jumped in the middle of
it's just random. You know, I'm random as fuck. I'm just scrolling Instagram. I don't even know. I don't know. There's no background on this. I mean, I guess I can click on it and read the comments, but yeah, I don't know. That it says, "I want to shake homie hand that threw the drink in his face. This is the type of energy we need to be on when it comes to our women." So the guy was saying he wasn't, he don't do black girls. Then the guy that was hosting the show, like it looked like he put water, whatever was in his cup, he flung it on the guy, and the guy was like, "You for real, B? This got to be in New York the way they talking." And yeah, so he splashed the water in the dude's face. I mean, like, what else was he supposed to do? I mean, and his opinion about his preference is his opinion about his preference. That ain't something to you out of line by throwing a drink on his face just because you disagree with him. That's part of the reason what's wrong with the world. Like we can't have a conversation about some stuff that we don't agree about. I mean,
I'm pro black, my sister or whatever, but they still got some things that they could work on. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, if he got an issue, if he's speaking on his his what you call it, his experience. I mean, how can you be mad with it? Because I mean,
and it is what it is. What it is.
It just is what it is. Yeah, it just is what it is. Because I mean, what was he talking about? The rag on the head.
Yeah. And he said, "Smoked your clip." So like, I guess smoking your weed up from you.
Okay.
He said, and the other one's gonna be rubbing your back and supporting you and stuff.
Yeah.
And the host got mad and splashed water in his face, and then he got on his ass like he was supposed to, but he was the guest on the show, so then they kicked his ass up out of there, which what they were supposed to, like, I mean, you don't have no choice at this point. I mean, you know what I mean? You totally disrespected the dude, and then he got up and put his hands on you. So that's the end of the interview. We're not going to bring you back in after that. It's the interview's over. What we got to talk? We ain't got nothing to talk about. These hands.
For real. Well.
So how you feel, man? Where you at? Did you get out of that weather yet?
Out of what weather?
When you in the? Oh, maybe I was confusing you with Deuce. Wasn't you driving icy roads, cold, snowy roads?
Man, I've been in Houston all day.
Oh, okay.
I'm where am I now? I'm in like Port Allen, Louisiana now.
Yeah. In the South.
Oh yeah.
With the nice weather.
Yeah, it's actually pretty decent,
Yeah, but it's supposed to be cold.
Is it?
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, the weather, it's been flipping back and forth every other week here in Houston. From 30 degrees to 78 degrees next 2 days.
Well,
they've been on Ted Cruz's ass. Let me see.
It's an anniversary of a violent terrorist attack.
I don't know why they've been on his ass.
We are approaching a solemn anniversary this week. And it is an anniversary of a violent terrorist attack on the Capitol.
You called this a terror attack when by no definition was it a terror attack. That's a lie.
You told that lie on purpose, and I'm wondering why you did.
The way I phrased things yesterday, it was sloppy and it was frankly dumb. And
I don't buy that. Whoa, I don't buy that. Look, I've known you a long time, since before you went to the Senate. You were a Supreme Court contender. You take words as seriously as any man who's ever served in the Senate. A violent terrorist attack on the Capitol. And every word you repeated that phrase. A violent terrorist attack on the Capitol. I do not believe that you used that accidentally. I just don't.
It was a mistake to say that yesterday.
I guess I just don't believe you.
Oh, okay. So that's why they on his ass, because January 6th is coming back. It's coming back. They're talking about doing hearings and shit about the shit. So they wanna subpoena some people and interview them in front of the Senate. So they put you on record. And that's always scary, because that's how they get you. You have to be real careful what you say when they interview you in these meetings, because if you say some shit that they can prove is not true, you in trouble.
Yeah. But a lot of them gonna try it anyway, say different things.
Because they're politicians. That's what they do. And that's what I be saying about learning the law, because they know how to say it. It's all about how you use the language. And them damn lawyers, them damn politicians are, they're squirmy with their words, because they know like the law, and they know how to squirm their way around shit. Like what's his name when what's his name? I want to say Merrick Garland, but it's not that one. The guy who he's on the Supreme Court now, and talking about I like beer. I like beer. I drink beer. What's his name?
Oh, I don't know. I missed that one.
Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, damn. What the fuck is his name? Anyways, when they was interviewing him, like they was interviewing him for like a week or a couple of days or something like that, and it had to do with the sexual harassment of a chick when he was in college. Because he was about to get his seat on the Supreme Court. So then you have to be interviewed by the Senate, and that's what they was pressing him on, and he was squirming his ass around that shit.
Over drinking beer?
Well, it's a long story. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it will be difficult. Fucking Saturday Night Live made fun of that shit. That's why the skit is stuck in my head, because it was funny, because like Saturday Night Live is not funny. I was just talking to somebody about that, but this was funny when they was making fun of this guy, because the way he was up there, the way he was talking, when they asked him questions about drinking and you drunk a whole keg or whatever, or drunk more than a keg or something, and sexually assaulted this lady, and he was all like, "Yeah, I drink beer. I like beer." That was his answer. So it was so hilarious, because Saturday Night Live didn't even change the dialogue at all, because it was so funny, like just the way it was.
Yeah.
Anyways, you'd have to see it to know. You have to know what I'm talking about to know what the hell I'm talking about. It's a long ass story. It's a long story.
If he said it the way that shit.
Yeah, he said it just like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he was like defensive. He was super defensive. Like, yeah, I like beer. Shit, nigga, I like beer. What the fuck? So yeah, that's anyways, y'all have to know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so today, like, hell is full of pleasure. That's one of the things I wanted to talk about. And worldwide love for like
the little kid looked like he just baptized himself. It's like, look, you taking too long, Pastor.
yeah.
Look.
Yeah. It's like, man, I'm ready to get up out of this water, man. What all that talking and stuff. This water is cold. You know what? Let me dunk my head up in the water. Shit. I baptize myself. You know what I'm saying? The pastor standing right there. It's still the same. He blessed the water. It's still the same.
Yeah.
You taking too long. That water was cold. I got baptized. Water was cold. I might have been around the same age as that little kid right there. I think I got baptized more than once, but I distinctly remember one of the times. And yeah, the water was cold.
The hell? No, you didn't have to go back.
I'm getting distracted. Yeah, you never know. It's random. Oh, this is Jack Thriller's page. He's like a promotions guy. I've seen him related to like porn and stuff, but I never seen him in porn. But he does like promotions.
Jack Thriller.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was just on. Well, I can't say he was just on, but I mean, I saw an episode of him on the 85 South show.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah, I've been following him for a while. He blew up doing like promotions. What do you think about the what's the name verdict? The Ahmaud Arbery case.
I want us all to get a concept of time. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit silently for 1 minute. And that 1 minute represents a fraction of the time that Ahmaud Arbery was running in Satilla Shores.
Anyways, they gave
get a concept of time.
2 of them life without the option of parole, and 1 of them life with the option of parole. The 3 guys related to the Ahmaud Arbery case. That just can't hand it down. Did you hear about that?
No, but I thought they had made a decision on them a couple of weeks ago.
The actual sentence just came down.
Oh, the sentence. Okay, yeah, no, I didn't hear about the sentencing.
Yeah, the sentencing came down.
How much time did they get?
This is like 2 of them got life without the option of parole, and 1 of them got life with the option of parole. And then it's kind of one of those situations where it was the mandatory sentence.
Yeah,
that's one of those things that people
don't
really
change it.
Yeah, people don't really understand, the way shit works. Just like, that trucker guy, the one who ended up with the 110 years. The reason why he got so much time, remember we was talking about it, the guy who had the wreck.
Yeah, the 110.
110.
Yeah.
The reason why he got so much time was because of the mandatory minimum sentence in that state related to the charges that he had.
Yeah.
I remember this. This is actually an old one, but Tony Baker, he lost his son this past year in a car accident, and he's just barely kind of coming back on the scene. He's a comedian.
Ever in this greenhouse, say last night about.
Oh shit.
Ever in this greenhouse, say last night about midnight.
Patrick. Whew. Damn.
That was a huge moment in TV history. I know about this clip because I don't know, maybe it even came up in the class. It's really a big deal because at this time, you wouldn't see a black man hitting a white man on TV on TV at all.
Period. Yeah.
And at this time, so that's what made that moment so shocking. Because us watching it now, it just seems really lame, but it was a huge moment in history, like TV history, and a lot of people were mad.
Put this back for me, please.
A lot of people were pissed.
Because the black guy hit the white
Yeah,
guy back.
yeah, it was a big deal at the time.
Shit. Portier ain't gonna play none of that bullshit.
Yeah, well, he had to go through it too, at the time with a lot of shit. Wasn't that? What was what's the lady? The lady who played Mammy from Gone with the Wind. She didn't get to go to the premiere of the movie because she was black, and they gave her an Academy Award that year too for the role of that her acting role in that movie that year. She wasn't allowed to go to the premiere. That was around the same time. Man, nah, let me stop lying. This was young. This was before that because that TV show was, damn it, probably this. That had to be the 70s. But it's crazy when you think about that kind of history being so recent. Hattie McDaniel, that was her name. Let's look at this because this is her. It's a true story. And that shit was not that long ago. I know I'm probably boring y'all with this. I kind of like how it goes random directions, though. Hattie McDaniel, born 1893, October 26. I guess did she die in, it's not saying when she died, 1952? Was an American actress, singer, songwriter, and comedian. For her role as Mammy in Gone with the Wind, 1993, she won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress, becoming the first African American to win an Oscar. She has 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, was inducted in the Black Filmmakers Hall of Fame in 1975, and in 2006, she became the first Black Oscar winner honored with U.S. postage stamp. In 2010, she was inducted into the Colorado Women's Hall of Fame. Let's see. McDaniel experienced racism and racial segregation throughout her career, and notably was unable to attend the premiere of Gone with the Wind in Atlanta because it was held at a whites-only theater. At the Oscar ceremony in Los Angeles, she sat at a segregated table at the side of the room. In 1952, McDaniel died due to breast cancer. Her final wish to be buried in Hollywood Cemetery was denied due to the graveyard being restricted to whites only at the time. 1952. So what year was it when the Gone with the Wind? What was that? 39. 39. That's the year.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's 1939. I'm looking at it. It says it.
Okay.
Yeah, so what'd you think about that?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things that I mean, shoot, we was fighting for civil rights in the 60s. So I mean, 1939, that seems like still a time where it was a bunch of hate hatred was still going around for black people during that time. So I mean, I don't know. It was, what year was that when Emmett Till got killed? 1950?
Yeah. I don't know. Let me look it up.
I'm sure it was in the 50s. I don't know if it was 1950 or 55 or
55.
yeah.
Good job, man. You know your stuff.
So I guess
Yeah, so
that was
that's
that was to be expected to a certain extent.
Emmett Louis Till, July 25th, 1941, August 28th, 1955, was a 14-year-old African American who was lynched in Mississippi in 1955 after being accused of offending a white woman in her family's grocery store. The brutality of his murder and the fact that his killers were acquitted drew attention to the long history of violent persecution of African Americans in the United States. Till posthumously became an icon for the civil rights movement. So it kind of like kickstarted the civil rights movement. 1955, the death of Emmett Till.
Yeah.
That's interesting. You know how some that it sounds like Tamir Rice. You know, it sounds similar to Tamir Rice. I mean,
Yeah, it was a lot like it. Except I mean, shit, Tamir was a lot younger. Tamir didn't even get to become a teenager, and it was what, a fake gun.
yeah,
I mean,
like in the park playing and shit.
like, how does a cop not know the difference between a real and a fake gun?
And then, but either way, you just pull up and pop the person like within seconds. They killed him in seconds, and then they just left him out there. And what's killer about Tamir Rice's death? They could have saved him. They let him out. They let him die. He could have possibly. But that's what they do in those kind of shootings, you know, because they're a suspect. So they have their procedures. So don't touch him. He's a suspect. You know, he might come back and shoot all of us or something with his toy gun. Stay away from him.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
It's so crazy out here.
This 8-year-old is just so dangerous. He's so buff.
Did you see the Kazakhstan stuff? I was saying like it looked like a revolution over there. They changed the prices of the gas. It's like a gas alternative that they use, and the people lost their shit. And then they switched the prices back, and the prime minister resigned, and them niggas is still rioting. Kazakhstan. They say they took an airport. They took one of the freaking Capitol buildings. Niggas is not playing. It's like a country right outside of Russia. It used to be Russia. I figure a lot of people don't care about stuff like that.
What? You talking about what's happening across the world?
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean,
ooh, let's listen to this. This will probably give us something right here. Check this out. Hold on.
Was against God. Conservatives need to start realizing that the left is anti-Christianity.
Hi, former Republican hype girl here myself. I just want to let you know that conservatives already think that the left is anti-Christianity. I was taught that narrative my entire life. I believed that Democrats and anyone on the left was against God and against Christianity, and that I would get persecuted when I would stand up for my faith. But I was very outspoken for Jesus my entire life. In public schools, I had Jesus signs on my locker. I did prayer meetings. No one said anything to me. But interestingly enough, the only time I've ever started receiving hate and persecution was when I started being more outspoken about my faith, but not in a Republican way. When I started calling out Trumpism and nationalism, you would not believe the type of hate that I've received from Christians, not big bad atheists, Christian conservative. When I got out of the conservative groupthink, I did realize that the left is anti-hate and anti-bigotry. And if that's what your Christianity is about, I'd be more concerned about yourself.
You know, I seldom say this, but I'm on the side of the hype girl. I feel gross. It's the worst phrase. But she's right. Right-wingers have always said that the left is against Christianity. And it has always been the dumbest argument ever. You know why? Because the left is just as annoying as Jesus. They're always like, oh, why can't we just do the right thing? Why can't we help those in need? It's disgusting. The left is like Jesus in matters of justice. Jesus said, blessed are the merciful. Forgive them, Father, they know not what they do. Similarly, the left's always advocating for mercy. It's either sentencing reform, rehabilitation over incarceration. It's total Jesus crap. Ugh, gag me. In terms of wealth, the left is just like Jesus. Jesus said, quote, you cannot serve both God and wealth, a book written by a guy named Matthew. He also had this, it's easier for a camel to get through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God. Jesus basically advocated for Elizabeth Warren's wealth tax. And then a bunch of weird stuff, like legalizing illicit substances. The left wants to legalize like weed and other drugs. Pretty sure that would fly with Jesus, whose blood is literally wine. And you think Jesus is not into hallucinogenics? Have you been to a church?
And Jesus Christ comes again, and every eye will see him when he comes again.
It's a bunch of priests like placing crackers on people's tongues like it's a tab of acid. Most of church is just like getting up and standing and sitting and rocking and praying. It's like very much like people on meth. And when you think about it, the right is the group that is totally not like Jesus. Jesus said, to one who strikes you on the cheek, offer the other also. You think right-wingers do that? No, right-wingers are like, you touch my cheek? Forget the gun. Get the bullet gun. Let's use bullets on them. Forget hitting a cheek. Like, if you ask them politely to put like a mask on part of their cheek, they'll be like, I am going to shoot you.
No, I'm not wearing that.
This is not very Jesus. And of course, there's the elephant in the room full of elephants. Jesus said, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Meek means unassuming. It means humble. It means nice. Have you seen conservatives recently? They all rally around Trump, who like is mean and opulent and the opposite of meek.
I'm really rich. I'll show you that in a second.
Trump is the least Jesus-y person in the universe. People on the right are always saying, like, Jesus was all about family values. Trump's divorced like 7 times. Jesus said, treat others like you would want to be treated. Jesus would not say countries. He wouldn't do that. The right is the opposite of Jesus. Jesus said, my temple should be a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of thieves. And he got mad at people making money off the church. I can't even count the number of preachers like Jim Baker who have been convicted in a court of law of defrauding their parishioners, taking all the money and buying like huge jets. It's sick. And if that's not enough, they're anti-Jesus in very petty ways. Like Jesus wore sandals, and like for the last week, all the right has been doing has been talking trash about flip-flops. They would have hated Jesus. He was like, give your money to the poor and do charity stuff. They would have been like, lock that guy up and let's get some tax breaks for the Pharisees. The only thing about Jesus these self-proclaimed right-wing Christians have adopted is the martyr complex. They all think they're under attack.
They just tried to silence us. That's how they operate.
Do you want your friends and family to be persecuted by the far left wing? Or do you want to defend our history, our heroes, our faith, our values, and our treasured American way of life, which is what we have?
Y'all don't have a panic attack.
It's essentially an oppression Olympics. The rest of the Bible seems to be lost on them. I guess except for the line that says, let there be light, which she took to mean the light of a tanning bed, which she can't stay away from. Look, what color are you? You need to stop. I'm Brett. Watch more videos whenever they upload them. Thank you.
Conservatives need
All right, what you think about that?
I think it's kind of weird that they're blame that they use you know politics to decide on how evil somebody is. Um, because I mean, honestly, like when it comes down to especially Christianity, like first of all, those like that probably shouldn't even be in the same conversation. But people on the left, people on the right. I mean, are there no Christians on the right? Like, is that what they're trying to lead to?
That's not what they're saying.
Well, I'm just saying because what did I miss? Because I'm like she was saying how what left how the left doesn't like they're pretty much not like they'll say they're Christians, but they do the least Christian things.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. The chick, yeah.
Yeah. So and I mean, hey, is that true?
Well, I
I
mean,
don't.
you can't generalize. But that's not. She did. She was stating her experience. She said that she goes around screaming Jesus everywhere, and it's not a problem. But as soon as she talked bad about Trump, or you know what I'm saying, and she was a conservative. As soon as she talks about conservatism, Trumpism, or whatever, then she gets like this visceral reaction. You know what I mean? Like all of this hate.
Because she likes Trump.
Yeah. No, because she was criticizing Trump and criticizing the right.
For real. Well, I don't know. That's a little bit weird for me because I don't tie people into religion because of what political status they have. Because I mean, regardless, people do crazy shit no matter what. You know, whether they believe in Trump. I mean, honestly, I think people are crazy who believe in Biden. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
mean,
I think that's missing it. Let me play the beginning of it again because I think we're missing it.
Anti-Christianity. Conservatives need to start realizing that the left is anti-Christianity.
Hi, former Republican hype girl here myself. I just want to let you know that conservatives already think that the left is anti-Christianity. I was taught that narrative my entire life. I believed that Democrats and anyone on the left was against God and against Christianity, and that I would get persecuted when I would stand up for my faith. But I was very outspoken for Jesus my entire life. In public schools, I had Jesus signs on my locker. I did prayer meetings. No one said anything to me. But interestingly enough, the only time I've ever started receiving hate and persecution was when I started being more outspoken about my faith, but not in a Republican way. When I started calling out Trumpism and nationalism, you would not believe the type of hate that I've received from Christians, not big bad atheists, Christian conservatives. When I got out of the conservative groupthink, I did realize that the left is anti-hate and anti-bigotry. And if that's what your Christianity is about, I'd be more concerned about yourself.
I seldom say this, but I'm on the side of the hype girl.
Okay. Did you get what her point was or what she was trying to say? You there?
yeah, I'm here. So she's saying that because of her talking down on Trump is when she's gotten hated on by Christians.
Yes. And when she spoke bad about nationalism nationalism and Trumpism. That's the word she used.
Yeah. Well,
She
I
said when
don't.
she started talking in a non-Republican way or whatever. But this is with the context of the Christian is important because this is in the context of Christian conservatives, which is a huge part of both bases. So it's important because that's her circle. You know what I mean? That's the group that she's in. Conservative Christians. So apparently she's moved to the left from the way she was talking, and so but she's still Christian. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, to me, it still makes no sense because I mean, regardless, you're tying religion into a political party or you know, she's got a fucked up group of friends. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that should really be the point. Like the people that she's hanging around, because she
These
had
probably
cheap.
her friends and family and church members.
Okay.
Even family members.
Well, because I mean, obviously, because for me, I would say, I mean, I don't really know what she said good or bad, what she said bad about Trump and nationalism or whatever. It's just a matter of, her expressing her opinion is getting her shut down. Then, I mean, she's decided to use her, Christianity or whatever at the wrong time. I really don't know. It's confusing to me because like I don't give a shit about you know what Christians think when it comes down to politics because I mean most of them are fucking you know full of shit anyway. Like they don't mean what they say anyway. Regardless of what direction. I mean,
Well, the point is that it's a huge block, a huge voting block of Christians, that are on the left and on the right.
Okay.
So it matters in the fact of like people's voting patterns. You know what I'm saying? Like, their pastor is going to influence, which way they're going to vote on major elections because it's definitely going to come up in church. In a lot of churches, the evangelical group is the one that propelled Trump into the office, and they're very religious.
Yeah.
They wasn't
But
his
the
whole
same,
voting base.
but those
They were the
very
ones that put him in there.
those same people are who run for Biden right now. So how I don't get it. Like I mean that a flip flop. I mean because now the same people they're rooting for the Democrat. Like I don't.
I don't know about the same people rooting for Biden, but they do have a historical where it was Bush, Obama. I forget how it goes, but it's the same people who voted for Obama that voted for the president that was previous Obama. It was Bush, and yeah, so yeah, you do have a huge block of people who will vote, Republican this big go round, and then the next presidential cycle vote Democrat, and it's the same people.
Okay, so why is she so? I don't get it. Like, it's I don't know. I'm maybe I'm tripping. I don't know, but it's just like this is somewhat the way of the world. I mean, you just got to be used to it. There's a bunch of people who, you know, maybe there's a bunch of Democrats that's just no matter what's going on, that's all they're gonna. I mean, because that's mostly black people, as far as I know. That I mean, regardless of how good or bad the candidate is, they will vote Democrat just because they're scared to say Republican. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when it comes to white people, they've always been whether they're choosing a candidate based on who they think is going to do the right job for what they want. I don't know. Like I said, if I'm missing it, I'm sorry, because it just, to me, it's crazy. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember you sent me the David Icke video when
Ike.
David Icke, yeah. I don't know why I say it like that. They were talking about health and wellness. Let me play a little bit of this. That day you sent me like 3 videos, and I watched all 3 of them.
What did you think?
Let's play a bit.
Peace. We are now live. I'm with David Icke. Sorry for the delay. There's a huge time difference.
I've been writing ever since.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm ready now.
All right, family. Share the link. Let everybody know we're live. We're not going to be too long. We'll be about 20 to 30 minutes, probably 20 minutes, family. So make sure you share the link. I just want to make a few announcements before we get started. Actually, this is oh yeah, definitely. I was reading your
The thing is, though, on that point, it's almost like a war medal these days, isn't it? Getting banned from YouTube. I mean, I was banned from YouTube in early April. It comes from information that you receive, whether that's a personal experience, reading a book, a Facebook post, something on the TV news. That's where your perceptions come from. So if they want your perceptions so they can get your behavior, they want to control what you see and hear. And that's what the bottom line of all this censorship is. And, people who censor are telling you something. They're telling you that what they want you to believe is unsupportable. Because I have a completely different view of what is happening to what you'll read in the newspapers or see on the different mainstream areas of communication. And people and media say a lot of things about me that are absolutely untrue and are just designed to demonize me. But I don't want to censor them, in the sense that I'm confident that what I'm saying is supportable by the evidence, and therefore I'm very happy to debate it with any of them. I certainly don't want to censor them. The opposite is the case with what we're seeing. It's that they don't have any confidence, because they know it's a lie, that what they are wanting us to believe in their narratives can be supportable and defended in any kind of open debate and any kind of arena where you have the free flow of all possible information and opinion. So censorship is not an expression of strength. It's an expression of weakness. And we should realize that.
Yeah. Heavy words.
Very heavy. I think a lot of people probably miss that. I mean, this is the show that it's on is it's a very select group. So I mean, they're not gonna miss it. Most likely not missing it. But this guy's been on a journey to try to tell people the truth on many different issues that they pretty much censored him. Just but I mean, he's still within the fight of getting the information out. So he does have his own website where they can't censor him. You know what I'm saying? But either way, yeah, no, I think if you never heard of who this guy is, you should look him up. David Icke, DAVID ICKE Ike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, he was talking about some good stuff in this video. I can't remember all of it. It's been like a week. I swear. I don't know how long it's been. It's
I
been
think it aired. I think it aired on Tuesday.
Yeah, so I don't remember everything, but those lines right there were the ones that I wanted to. That were some of the stuff that stood out.
What did you think about what he said? Do you want to talk about anything that stuck out to you?
Well, I mean, that's the reason why I played that clip right there, is because that is what stuck out to me from that video. I remember those lines. How censorship is a sign of weakness, and it just makes you think about the power of the people, and that the elites can be afraid. Like, people think that like they can't make a change, they don't have no power. They think that those people are just running the show and they're not afraid of nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's wrong. That's the reason why we got all this misdirection and misinformation and shit going on right now in the media.
Yep. And that's because we've allowed them to allowed certain people the narrative of what can go out and what cannot. And it's really sad because there's so many people that are following these news cycles as if they are words of God. And like there's no saying, like there's no fault in the news cycles. So it's like, man, it's just it's insane. You know what I'm saying? But
the other one you sent me, I remember that week, was the one with Billy Carson on there, and he was talking about water
as well.
Water wars, yeah.
You're gonna need to detox your blood often, because you can't detox your skin, unfortunately. Now, what happens is a lot of the toxins that you take into your bloodstream will manifest back in the skin in the form of rashes, in the form of hives, different types, psoriasis, and those kind of autoimmune problems. And so it's really important to really get your blood right, and also your gut. Another thing that we have is gut problems, where we have leaky gut. And so you'll need to take different supplements to get that right. But if you look up leaky gut and also detoxing the blood, that's the only way to help yourself.
Hey, Billy, I got a question real quick before I get to the next one in the chat. We talk a lot about alkaline water. Some of the herbalists in the community and the brothers and sisters that are in the health, I hear them say that fruit water is actually more alkaline than the spring water, that any spring water that we could get from the store. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I like the fruit water personally better, where you take I used to do it all the time. Yeah, I would just take
And he told the story about how he was sick from being vegan the wrong way, and how he has the infiltration system on his house, so that even the water that he showers, everything that's in the bathtub, the toilet water, everything has been it has been filtered. So because he's saying that we also getting these toxins in through our skin. So that's what kind of stood out to me about that video, was how to think about
Well, it's not just the skin; it's also through the water, like the water that. Because I mean, by us, a lot of us not having that type of system that he has, that there's a lot of this stuff that is getting into our bodies. Yes, through our skin, but because of the water, um, and maybe it was a little bit of a you know more leading to like him saying that where a lot of our sickness coming from is through the water, especially like tap water through showers and things like that, because a lot of us might still drink bottled water, and where it's not really, we're not really getting it, we're that part of it may be safer, but once you take a shower and you don't really have that system that can filter out a lot of that stuff before it gets into your home, that you want to really be careful, because there was a bunch of people got sick in a short period of time. And I mean, we're not past the point of where what happened in Flint, Michigan, has happened to us already. A bunch of people sick from that. And you know I think he suggested that there was some things that has been passed on to us through the water, but that's what the whole conversation, the water wars, came from. But yeah, I think it's something to really be serious. I mean, try to be serious about. But for me, I'm definitely gonna. Try to stay detoxed in different ways. Whether it's my lymphatic system, my blood, my stomach, colon or whatever, trying to stay detox. But that me being a truck driver and taking showers all over the place can could potentially be dangerous.
Yeah. And I was talking about universe. The universe is mine, right? Didn't he say that in the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I be saying all the time. That's another thing that stuck out that he said in that video.
Yeah, I mean, because
Kind of
he said a lot of stuff that
a lot of stuff because they was jumping around all over the place. Go
yeah,
ahead.
but I mean, a lot of us, we get caught up on this whole skin color, like, skin
Yeah.
tone, this, that, and the other, but like we're all connected. We're supposed to all be connected, but if you limit yourself and other people based on, what your skin looks like, you're taking yourself out of the game.
Yeah, that's what Curtis be saying.
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah, I think so too. Man, I think yesterday's show was pretty good with the Jay Lethal clips and stuff.
Yeah, no, it was actually pretty good, man. And I love Brennan his little rants, but he's got
crazy.
He's got to take it easy.
Damn drugs, probably. That nigga name is Brendan Crazy in my phone.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I'm here to help, though. The people that I don't know if I'm attracted to them or they're attracted to me or whatever. Like the people that end up being around me, like I say, man, like mental health is a real thing that I kind of focus on in my life. And I think that I'm always, I'm always. That's one of my notes. Let me see. You know how like people walk around and they be like, I'm OCD or I'm dyslexic and all of this. I feel like these people they belittle the actual condition because they act like it's like shit. I know about being dyslexic, like that. That's like being literally retarded. You know what I'm saying? And I knew somebody who was OCD, and it's not pretty. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
actually OCD. So the thing
Yeah,
is,
like
like these,
an extreme version of it.
yeah, these are psychological disorders. Like this is not nothing to like laugh at or pretend that you have these issues. You know what I'm saying? Because the people that do have these issues, you're belittling it by you know what I'm saying, pretending or whatever, like like exaggerating, like, and you don't even know what the fuck it
Well,
is even.
yeah, if you haven't really been clinically you know, what's the diagnosed, like you probably shouldn't say that. Because I mean, yeah, maybe you've had some random uh situations where now you're saying that you saying that about saying that stuff about yourself, but that doesn't really you know I really think that, because I mean I know I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, or you know the brightest bulb in the box or whatever, but because of my faults, I'm not gonna just automatically just start trying to give myself these different little titles just to you know have somebody to give me some you know
Sympathy,
leeway
or
on.
make it as an excuse, or making it funny, make it like a joke.
Yeah, definitely no joke. I'm not gonna do that. But however, some people think that it's okay, and like I said, if you haven't been you know diagnosed by a doctor or something, you probably shouldn't do that, because like you're taking away from the people who really really do have this illness. you know
and
I
I
mean,
and like just like random subjects, like political people who are political prisoners and stuff like that. I was thinking about like historically what they like to do with people, and instead of assassinating them, they like to put them in like a prison somewhere that they're gonna die, like in another country or something, like starve them and let them die slowly. So it's like, so to try to take away from the martyrdom of them. You know what I'm saying? So like I was thinking about that and how the system works and how it marginalizes, like the Kanye West, he said, so I'm gonna just let them marginalize me till I'm out my moment. How Sway? How Sway? It was from that clip. But 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 he was really speaking on some shit in that clip. And marginalized till you out your moment. Like I think that's how the system does everyone. You know what I mean? You get you distracted on the treadmill or whatever to get you, whatever, like not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And then once you realize you can, I mean, what you should be doing, like the moment then passed.
and that's for the average person, because I mean, if you really think about it, like Kanye really does have issues, and he's shit. He's been on medication for whatever it is that he's been dealing with, but look at the things that he's accomplished in the last 2 to 3 years, where people really was like had like, okay, yeah, this fool, he done lost his mind, blah blah. Like you done heard all kind of stuff about Kanye, but now like he's the richest hip hop artist ever to walk the earth at this point. Is the money really the way to judge how well he's done or whatever? I mean, I guess for some people, yeah. But if you really think about, to me, it's not really all about the money. It's more so that even with all the odds against him, he has still prevailed a system that would it
Yeah,
ever?
I don't think it don't matter how you feel about Kanye, but you can love him or you can hate him, but you got to acknowledge his accomplishments,
Yeah.
because he's even in fashion. They said he's gonna be named that guy who had a big position in, I don't know, one of those damn big fashion companies. He passed away, and they're talking about putting Kanye West in this position, and
Yeah.
like this is a super creative job. Like it's this, they're not gonna give that to anyone. They're not giving it to him because of his celebrity.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
they're not giving it to him, period. Like he's earned it.
Right,
That's
right.
the thing. That's the difference because I mean, Virgil, he when he was holding
Oh,
that
so you know what I'm talking
title.
about? Yeah. Go ahead. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
oh
I didn't
yes.
even know you knew I was talking about. I always be talking and people don't be knowing what I'm talking about all the time. I swear to God, I'm always surprised when they actually know. Go ahead.
Yeah, the guy Virgil may rest in peace because I mean he obviously was dealing with some of this stuff for some time now, his illnesses or whatever. But yeah, like I mean, shoot, Kanye, honestly, Kanye has a mind, whether it's one of those perfect minds,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I think, and
But
I be saying it all the time though, like high intelligent people are crazy. Like
well,
they
to the
are. Look
world,
at
to the
Nikola
world,
Tesla. You know his ass
yeah,
was crazy as fuck. Nigga was crazy. They say he used to rescue pigeons and nurse pigeons to you
back
know
to
what I mean?
health.
Like, yeah. I think that yes,
But
with a
but
lot of
I'm
intelligence, mental health, those people are gonna have mental health issues.
yeah, but
It
I mean
comes with it.
to me, like caring about the world, like I mean,
It's not really
caring about
crazy.
it's really
He
not.
died doing that, and I feel it. I don't call it crazy, but the world calls it crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He died poor and caring for pigeons. That's how he died, Nikola Tesla.
yeah. Oh man, this is it could be depressing sometimes because I mean, even though I mean, this is actually a good moment because, like I said, Kanye has earned his right to be able to speak on things that we never, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of stuff we were like, what the hell is he doing? Why is he doing
I
this?
was
Well,
saying since years ago that he's just ahead of a lot of people in their thinking. That's the reason why they just don't understand him. And then, like I always say, whenever they call somebody crazy, whenever the media says someone's crazy, it always makes me pay more attention to what that person is saying. Always, it's a trigger.
yeah.
So I've been listening to Kanye ever since they was first started saying he was crazy, way back in the day. And
Well,
his mom was a educator, right? She was a freaking
a professor. She was a
yeah.
professor in Chicago. I mean, because I think they were originally from Atlanta area. His mom, got uh academia, got she was in academia where she got uplifted to some high position at I don't know I don't know if it was the University of Chicago or
One
Illinois
of
or
the one of
whatever
those major universities that's known for like research and shit, and it's not no bullshit.
yeah.
And so the thing is, Kanye went to school, but he didn't finish college. But we have to know that his mom, being an academic, you have to know that it was books around and all kinds of shit. You know what I'm
It,
saying? Like this nigga
yeah,
read books.
exactly. And based on the way she raised him, because I mean for the most part that's who raised him. She, like gave him a certain way of thinking, a certain way of seeing the world that
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, like this dude went to China as a teenager. Like how many people does that happen to?
I think it was
As
Japan,
American, or
but
was it
yeah,
Japan? Yeah, okay,
yeah,
maybe it was Japan. All right.
a huge chunk of his childhood was in Japan.
So, I mean, but I mean, regardless, either whichever one it is, Japan. I like Japan probably
I
more
think
than
his mom
China.
was
You know.
studying. I think it had to do with her job. Like she was studying abroad, and she brought him with him. Yeah, yeah. You know you got to know that had an impact on him, and I think a huge part of Americans' perspective is that we can't get out of this damn American perspective. Like we see the world through this lens of America. Pop, 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 pop. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
America, hell yeah.
And we absolutely like and not this is not racial, this is all of us. We really cannot get out of that mindset, and we can't see the world from the point of view, the perspective of these other places and the way other people live and other cultures and everything. Because America, regardless, even with the blacks and the whites and the Hispanics, we have like a American culture. You know what I'm saying? There really is like an American culture, an American perspective, and it's shared among the blacks and the whites and the Hispanics, even though we got this whole division, racial shit that we have going on, but it's been going on since the conception of America. It really is like how America is made up, like including the Hispanics, specifically Mexicans, because this is, you know, and not to leave out Aboriginals, but Aboriginal people probably fits in the same categories that I just said. What I mean is the confusion is huge, but we have a shared perspective, you know what I mean? An American kind of like culture, if you will.
I would agree. You know, I think you know, there are some different perspectives because of, you know, the understanding between the, you know, the paradigms in which we live, and that, you know, how we exist legally or whatever. But, you know, for other than that, I mean, most Americans, I mean, I mean, we're proud people anyway. Um, and the whole idea, because I mean, I don't even really look at Hispanic people as really different. Because if I mention it, I would say, you know, there's uh, white, black, and Asian. You know, uh, the Caucasians, the whatever, however. But you know, Hispanics, they're caught up in between black and white. You know what I'm saying? Or even,
I
you
can't
know,
I can't argue with that. I wouldn't argue with that.
yeah. But however, you know, the America does have this like way of programming you into thinking on only until you have gone outside, or you know, maybe studied enough to where you can realize that these different cultures have a lot to add to your perspective if you allow it. You know what I'm saying? But the average American is gonna be ignorant to a lot of that just because of the programming.
Yeah. All our media, the movies. I was talking to somebody at work, and we was talking about how, like, you know, all the movies have to be approved by the FBI before they come out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they can cut scenes, cut and edit scenes.
Yeah, in which they do. I wonder how much of the Matrix movie did they? 'Cause, you know, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was listening to, you know, some people that I truly respect on decoding movies, and they talked about how much they hated the Matrix movie.
Yeah,
And I
the
said,
internet. That's what the internet is saying. The internet is saying for the most, like the majority, I would say. You know, the consensus of the internet is the new Matrix movie was trash. I don't agree with them,
I
but
don't either. And
that's what the
that's
internet is saying.
yeah, that's one of my things too. Is that, you know what? There's some people who have an idea, like when you have an expectation for what you think something should be or whatever, yeah, you can dislike stuff and be like this, that, and the other. But when, you have appreciation for something and you can, like, because I mean, like to me, it was the symbolism, it was the different things that,
I think they were missing it, but I think, like you said, you hit the nail on the head. Though it was their expectation. For one, the story was over, right? So, like, and that's what I was saying. What are you gonna do with this, anyways? So that's what my mind was going into seeing the movie. And also, the first Matrix, especially that movie was it's a classic movie. Like, you can't expect them to do that again. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's
exactly.
impossible. It's impossible. You can't do
Yes.
it.
And then plus, I think it was like, I mean, the time in which they're doing this is really to affect, kids that missed it 20 years ago.
I think that's what they were doing. And then, but I also think people they want an action movie. Like, I hate it. Like, Fast and the Furious was like the biggest fucking movie. I went, I went with my ex to go watch that movie, and I swear, I don't want to offend nobody, but it was the worst movie I ever seen in my life. Oh my fucking God, it was so horrible. I
Which
couldn't
one?
fucking watch it. The last Fast and the Furious, the latest one.
Okay, this is the one with
The planes, they went to outer space and shit.
Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, Fast and Furious.
Okay, I must have missed this one because I'm.
It's the latest one. It's whatever, man. I mean, it's just like all the rest of them. They had the same characters. But this movie, like,
They went
it
out of
had
space.
literally. You didn't see the movie. You don't waste your time. Don't waste your time, please.
Oh wow! No, because see now it's got me interested. Like I'm like, okay, wait.
Watch the trailer. Watch the trailer. That's enough. That's good enough. Don't waste your time with that movie unless you just like. See, this is my point. This is where I'm going. People, the majority, they've programmed everyone. They just want stimulation, 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 stimulation. And this is at the heart of what I wanted to talk about today, because I said hell is full of pleasure. Like, stimulation, 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 stimulation. Car chase, explosion, bullets, you know what I mean? Going off the bridge. I mean, just the movies, all of the big movies are just explosion after car chase after, you know what I'm saying, explosion after car chase. If that makes any fucking sense, what I'm saying. There's
I'm
nothing
following.
there's nothing that's actually happening. Like, even the movie didn't even have very much dialogue.
The
Very
storyline.
little, and very little storyline. No storyline. It was a wispy storyline, very little dialogue. It was just car chases and explosions and shit like that. Jokes here and there. Complete garbage, you know? But people, that's what they like. That's what they want. So these big companies give the people what they want, you know? They just want the stimulation. They just want the quick thrill. They just want I don't want to have to think. The Matrix is all philosophical, you know. The action is like sporadic, you know.
Was whatchamacallit in
I ain't
it?
gonna lie, the fight scenes
The
wasn't that
Rock.
good in the movie.
Was The Rock in this one?
Was The Rock? The Rock wasn't in this. I don't remember The Rock being in this.
Tyrese was in it.
Yeah.
Um,
I could pull up the trailer. I don't know if I get in trouble for playing the trailer. Yeah. 9. Made 9 of these fucking movies. '21 HD trailer. I don't know if I'm gonna get away with this. Let's see.
I used to live my life a quarter mile at a time. But things changed. I'm a father now. I will always be in your heart.
Little Brian, I have a gift for you. Your daddy gave me this. No, I'm gonna give it to you. It's very special. It's for protection from what's coming.
All right, Dom. What's next?
No matter how fast you are.
I am not to be compared to you.
No one outruns their past.
I am more easy, you trying your best to become me.
And mine just caught up to me. Been a long time down.
So we're up against a master thief, assassin, high performance driver. Who is he?
Jacob is Dom's brother.
Your whole life, you pushed yourself to be faster than Dom, smarter than Dom, stronger than Dom. But could you kill him? Because I'm ready if you are. There's nothing more powerful than the love of family. You turn that into anger, there's nothing more dangerous.
Maybe this is the end, but we're gonna go out together.
You know I'd ride to the death with you.
Let's get to work.
Please tell me that's not a Pontiac Fiero strapped to a rocket engine?
Impressive. I know.
No, that's not impressive.
My ass is in fuego!
I came here to take you down, little brother.
That's your mistake. This is my world.
Damn, they got a magnet plane?
Hold on.
Tell me you're not thinking what I think you're thinking. There's no bridge!
Oh, hell no.
Hey guys. Surprise.
Nice clubhouse.
They didn't show the outer space clip. I'm surprised, but whatever. You basically saw the whole movie besides the outer space clip.
Yeah.
That's what people like, though. That's what they want. Just
Yeah,
explosions.
I do like action movies, but I like a story along with it. You know, a good story. So that's the part that I think is mostly missing.
And I just feel like people are left unsatisfied. You know, it's like anger is in the air, right? People are unsatisfied because they get their bins. It's like, okay, that, you know, I thought this job was gonna get me to where I wanted to be, and I was gonna be happy and satisfied. So it didn't do it. Just I buy the new Benz. I get the bigger car. I get the house. I even get the wife and the kids. I'm still like, damn, I'm unsatisfied. You know what I mean? Now, you know, I'm still searching for more and more and more and more. You know, that's what I mean by like and then we have endless. There's, you know, when does it stop? You know, like I saw Instagram where the guy bought his wife a jet, and that was the present for their like anniversary or some shit. You know, do you get what I'm saying? What I'm saying is like there's no end. You know, it's just constantly looking for more stimulation, something more.
Yeah.
And that's hell. That's basically what I'm saying.
Yeah. Cause shit, man, that's happening everywhere we go right now. I mean, even shit, even with the news, they're kind of doing the same shit. It may not be, you know, the action movie, but it's definitely, you know, stimuli that, you know, I guess that really, I guess, keeps you watching or looking for the next story. Was, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I would agree with you. It's the same. Did you see that the movie Idiocracy?
No.
Oh,
I heard about it. I heard about it. I was supposed to watch it. Somebody told me about it, but I didn't really get into it. I'm so busy doing other shit.
It's goofy. It's really goofy, but I don't know, bro. Like it's so reflective of our society. It's so reflective. Like it's like perfect. The way they made Fox, they made fun of Fox News. It was so perfect. I don't know if they're gonna play that in the trailer, but there's a clip in the movie where they make fun of Fox News, and it's just like that. America, pa 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 pa, and all these really cool graphics, and then the dude has no shirt on, huge tit blonde sitting there with like a corset on. The reflection of it, of the actual, and what made me think of Idiocracy? Because I was talking about something. I lost what the hell I want. My point. Let me play this trailer. I know I'm gonna get in trouble for this shit.
At the dawn of the 21st century, the Army began a top-secret experiment.
Meet Joe Bowers, our first subject for the human hibernation experiment. As you know, this is highly classified. However, if successful, we believe humans can be stored indefinitely.
However, the trial run was prone to human error.
See you in a year.
And Joe slept slightly longer than expected. Half a millennium, to be exact. From Mike Judge, creator of Office Space and Beavis and Butthead.
Oh my God!
If you were the smartest person in the world...
This one's in your mouth. This one goes in your butt. Hang on a second. This one goes in your mouth.
And were stuck with the dumbest people in history.
If you have one bucket that holds 2 gallons and another bucket that holds 5 gallons, how many buckets do you have?
2? What would you do?
Excuse me, I'm actually supposed to be getting out of prison.
You're in the wrong line.
I'm the smartest guy in the world? Says who?
The IQ test you took in prison. You got the highest score in history.
Even smarter than President Camacho.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of America! In the year 2505,
We got this guy. He's gonna fix everything. So you smart, huh?
the ordinary will be considered extraordinary.
I thought your head would be bigger.
Idiocracy.
For the smartest guy in the world, you're pretty dumb sometimes.
I recommend everybody check that out if you haven't checked that out. It's worth your time.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
The reflection on society. They didn't show that much in that video in that clip, but yeah, check that movie out. It's like in the future, and society has dumbed down, very, very, very dumbed down. The infrastructure is collapsed, and it's like it's even holes in the roof in the White House and shit. You got a wrestler that as the president. It's crazy. It's funny. It's funny, but the funny isn't the reason why I would say watch it. Watch it because it's look at society that we're in today and compare it to that movie. Doc said, I've seen this one. Anyways, y'all, I'm probably not going to stay on much longer. It's already almost 4 a.m. You there, Pat?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I was saying it's getting late. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay on.
Yeah, getting a little tired myself, but got a few minutes. What you got?
It's like Heaven Coming, World of Light. That's what it was, right? It's like the other part of the title was Worldwide Love for Light. And, there's a song by Witch Doctor called Heaven Coming. I wanted to do the lyrics, but I couldn't pull them up. I'm going to do that at another time, but it's another song where they say we grew up on Biggie and Nirvana. I could probably do the lyrics to the Imagine Dragons song Pain. But what I'm trying to say is love for light. Love for light. I feel like that's the revelation. That's the answer to the unsatisfactions that we have. The hell of sensations. You get what I'm saying? Instead of striving for that next sensation, you strive for, more understanding. You get more understanding with knowledge, and it grows into wisdom. And like there's no end to that. So that's a positive way to use that same energy instead of looking for sensation after sensation after sensation. That's my answer to that. $3:48 a.m.
Go again.
I was just saying 3:48 a.m.
Yeah.
Do you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, we could talk about spirituality and politics, and we can look at
twerk videos
at the same time. At the same damn time. At the same damn time.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite Future songs. Like I thought that was so gangster. At the same time. At the same damn time. Anyways, LeBron James, When the hell is he gonna? When is his last year gonna be? That nigga making that bread.
Shit, would you quit if you
Make that bread, but don't mess up your body though. You can see he plays softer though. He's smart. I don't think he's trying to blow no knee out or nothing like that. But I would retire soon if I was him. It says all 3 of Ahmaud Arbery's murderers sentenced to life, 2 without parole. You know, that can always change in the future. The parole thing. But who knows? Each state has those different laws, so that shit, you know, they might have it so where it's like, you know, they can have a committee to come up and re-look at it and decide on if the dude can actually have parole, you know, after like however many years. But depending on the state might have something in the stipulation in there that says, nah, he can't even get the hearing. Know what I'm saying?
say that again?
What the fuck was I saying? Oh, I was saying those guys in the future could possibly get parole. The Ahmaud Arbery guys. Depending on the state. Even though it says no parole. This post says, while I'm pleased that his 3 murderers got a life sentence, I would prefer if Ahmaud Arbery still had his life to live old and happy.
Yeah.
East investors nab East Harlem affordable housing portfolio for $68 million. In a deal with the city, LIHC, a Canberra property plan to keep the 229 units affordable for the next 40 years. I don't know. I think that company is a company you might want to invest in just because it sounds like they're finna make a whole bunch of fucking money. That's what I heard. Talking about gas prices. How's the gas prices for you, Pat?
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, being down in the South is not so bad. It's, you know, decent rates for, you know, the post-pandemic pack. But yeah, no, I mean, it's been okay. Like yesterday, I filled up, and it was the first time I spent less than $500 on a fill up. So that was kind of cool. But you know, of course, I'm down in Texas, where this is where most of the cheapest rates are. But
So not that bad at the moment. So it depends on which state you're in. Basically, that's the answer.
it does.
Doc says weapons of mass distraction in an instant gratification culture. That's exactly what I was saying. And then he said that the guy that just stood there and filmed it while it happened is the only one that can get parole. Talking about the Ahmaud Arbery case. This is Putin. Somebody made a meme with Putin.
Put your head on my shoulder. Put your head on.
I don't know why they gotta use those songs, man. That's gonna get my fucking video blocked. I hate that shit. What the hell? Let me go back to that. What is it? Damn, it looked like a bunch of plastic and trash and shit. Yeah, that's a bunch of trash. Poor guy, he wasn't gonna make it anyway. See, this is it right here. This shows the effect of human activity. Now, we want to act like what we do don't matter. This fish stomach was full of fucking plastic and trash and shit. Trash that we threw in the whatever, river, ocean, or whatever. Our human activities does matter. It does affect the environment. You know, because we want to argue about the climate change. Okay, we can say that climate change is a cycle, but we can't say that we're not having an impact on the environment. Ahmaud Arbery again. All down my timeline. Sidney Poitier again. Dies at 94. It says, stop imagining fake scenarios and hurting your own feelings. Wow. The drug dealers I grew up with had cars, houses, and money. You new drug dealers don't have nothing, not even drugs sometimes. That's funny. That's a meme that's been around for a while. I'm finna wrap it, y'all. Come back tomorrow. I'm putting y'all to sleep.
Advantage. Last week, Israel began vaccinating its most vulnerable citizens with the fourth dose of the COVID vaccine. Tonight, I can announce that Israel will also begin administering the fourth vaccine to all Israelis aged 60 and above, as well as our wonderful medical workers, 4 months after they've received their last dose, following the approval of Israel's Ministry of Health. Israel will once again be pioneering the global vaccination effort. Israel will once again be pioneering
the global vaccination effort.
Omicron is not Delta. It's a different ballgame altogether. We must keep our eye on the ball, act swiftly and decisively if we want to continue engaging and working with an open country as much as possible. Israel started preparing for Omicron early on. This bought us time, which we're using to our advantage. Last week, Israel began vaccinating.
It goes and it goes and it goes and it goes. And be like, fifth dose. Anybody up for the fifth dose? Come right up, step right up. Let's get your fifth dose. You need that. Those that didn't get the fifth dose, you are losers. Let's put y'all in prison. Let's put y'all in
time out.
Yeah, you're bad. Ooh. It's your fault. Just get your fifth dose with the rest of us.
Yes, I thought we was on the shit ninth. Yeah, man.
They're just gonna keep on going with it, man. People tell you to put your mask up over your nose. Where's your mask? Pull your mask up. Don't get me sick with your dirty, sick disease you got. Your poor, low-class disease. Don't come around me even breathing. Don't breathe the same air I'm breathing. You're going to get me sick. Put that mask up over your nose. Do it right now. For your protection. Wait. But if it's for my protection, then what if I don't, I don't care. No, you still have to wear the mask. It's for your protection, for your own protection. Well, you got your mask on. Shouldn't you be fine with your mask if your mask works, right? You have to wear your mask too. You're going to get me sick. Doc says masks everywhere, every parking lot, washed into the gutters, into the bayous, the sea, trash. Just us creating more fucking trash. Destroying the environment even more. And nobody cares about that. They just worried about they self. And it's fear. It's fear driven, and it's also selfishness. You're not supposed to fear death anyways. We all got our day. God created life perfect. It's your time to go. It's your time to go. Take care of your health. Eat good. Drink some water. Exercise. Get some sun. But when it's your time, it's your time. You're not supposed to fear death. It's inevitable for all of us. And it's beautiful, actually, because that's how life continues forever. It regenerates itself. That's what it is, man. I wish people would try to hear what I'm saying right now. We're just making ourselves more sick because we don't want to fucking act right. All we have to do is love thy neighbor. Take care of your neighbor's health. Care about your neighbor's health. If your neighbor is healthy, then he's not going to get you sick. But you don't give a fuck about your neighbor. All you care about is if your neighbor's going to get you sick. Because all you care about is your fucking self. Get some fucking health care for your fucking neighbor. How about that? How about we work together on everybody having some kind of health care? How about that? Call me crazy. Doc said, FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. When people are afraid or mad, they don't think. When they don't think, they can be more easily controlled and manipulated. That's exactly what's happening. Exactly what's going on. We're so scared. Stop being so scared, and then they can't control you like that. Stop being so scared. Your time, when your time come, your time come. Take care of the health of your neighbors. Love thy neighbor. Do something good with your life before you go. Do the right thing. Do something unselfish for once. Stop trying to oppress others with your way of thinking. What you think is right. You feel like if they don't agree with you, then they're wrong. That's with the assumption that you're right. Is there a chance? Could there be a chance? Could there be a chance that you're wrong about whatever it is you think you know? Whatever it is you think you know. Is there a chance? Is there any chance in hell that you could be wrong? Everybody who disagrees with you is wrong. If they're right, they're gonna agree with you. Right? Because you're right. Your thinking is right. Theirs is wrong if they disagree with you. That's your personal perspective. That's your personal opinion. And it's limited as fuck because most of y'all don't know shit. So you done developed your whole ass philosophy on some shit you heard somebody else said. A fucking talking head. You repeating some bullshit you heard somebody say. You haven't taken the time to look at none of this shit. Because you think you know already. You don't have to know. There's no reason to look it up because you know already. You're sure. You heard some smart people say it. Somebody you respect. So you sure it's right. You don't question it. Those people are smart. There's no way they could be wrong. Well, I could tell you what. They could be wrong. Not only that, they could be getting paid to say the shit that they're saying. And in most cases, that's what's happening. Yes, these people are really smart. And yes, these people really know their shit. But the words coming out of their mouth is not their fucking words. They're some corporation's words. The shit they want you to think. The only way is to look the shit up yourself. You can't go by anything anybody is saying. And if you think you know, you definitely don't. Because the people that know is not going to say they know. It's real simple. Always talking about I know. No, you don't know. You don't know shit. Shut the hell up. Go do some fucking reading or something. You can watch a damn YouTube video and actually learn some shit. Shut the hell up. Stop talking. Because you don't know. Talking about I know. No, you don't. Listen. Stop talking for 5 minutes so you can hear what the fuck. And then when people are sharing data, listen to the damn data. It doesn't matter who it's coming from. It doesn't matter. Listen to the damn data. Listen to the information. Dissect it. Doesn't matter what they look like or whatever, their gender, face, whatever, what country they are coming from. It doesn't matter.
Name Renee.
So fucking stupid, y'all. Y'all always, it's like, yeah, check the source. It is important to check the source. But pretty much if it's some bullshit, if you're educated, you hear some bullshit, you know it's bullshit. Because you're educated on the topic. So can't nobody come in and tell you some shit. You're not educated on the topic. You have no idea. You cannot identify bullshit. You're getting bullshitted left and right. And then you talk about I know. You keep saying I know. That's why they can keep bullshitting you. You're not even listening to the people when they're talking. Like you're just waiting for them to stop talking so you can start talking. You just want people to hear your thoughts. Like, you think you're right. You already know everything. So just listen to me. You know, I'm going to wait till you stop talking and then I'm going to start talking so that you can actually learn something. So you can, I can help you with the perspective, or maybe you can know what, you could think like me, or I can help you some kind of way. I don't know what the fuck they be thinking. It's totally fucked up in their head. They don't listen to people when they talk. They don't listen to data. Totally self-centered. That's why these people can control you like this. Because you're so self-centered. You're so selfish. You're so unaware You so don't listen. You're not even interested in other people's like thoughts and opinions and what they like, unless it aligns up with yours. If their opinions don't align with yours, like people like make friends off of people who like the same song or some shit. Oh, they like this song. Oh, you like that song too? You know, I don't want to make fun of the ways that people bond. It's just that how long has my mic been out? I don't even know. My mic's been out. Anyways, I'm finna wrap it. That sucks. I don't know how long my mic's been out. Love y'all.